My mum died and I didn't take any time off to actually grieve. I ended up having some sort of breakdown. I went to the doctors and I had to go and see her like every week because she was worried in case I was so bad I was going to commit suicide.
I've had mental health issues and problems most of my life. 2 years ago, it hit rock bottom. I was the lad that was going to jump from the M32 bridge.
Everybody says time's the great healer. It is, but it's not the answer you're looking for at the time. Try and wake up the next day. What do we wake up for? We go home, we go and have something to eat, watch a bit of telly, go to bed, get up the next day, there's nothing going on.
So GPs do great work, but they only have 10 minutes. And quite often, people in areas of high social deprivation need something more than just 10 minutes, and they need to be considered and held in mind.
A lot of people in this area face all kinds of different challenges and have really good reasons for feeling unhappy or depressed or anxious. But often I think for those people, a doctor isn't the best person.
So social prescription usually comes from the doctor, the GP, and it's referral to one of our social prescribing workers, which is David or Mandy.
We would then see them for up to 12 sessions, so that could be over anything from 3 to 6 months, and we'll see them on a one-to-one basis.
The doctor told me about the projects at the Wellspring building. I was very sceptical, and you hear about all these schemes and everything and you think, no, it's not for me.
So we'd look to work through each of their issues with them and create an action plan and set up support networks that can help them resolve their issues in the future.
So I started seeing Dave on a one-to-one, and then Dave gave me a bit more information about Time Out for Men, and I went, at first I was a bit dubious. I don't really do groups.
They have to buy into it and be prepared to do a bit of challenges on themselves.
I was like a blabbling wreck. I was very tearful and sort of emotional. At the time, you don't think of that because you're in a dark place and it's really difficult to get out of, but it's been really, really helpful.
It provides hope for people. I think people who live in areas of social deprivation where they're often considered to be the bottom of the pile, and people internalise that.
Well, I've been coming a year, haven't I, Jo? A year now, about. Yeah. It's my best thing because they get very depressed and lonely, but I come here and I feel very different.
Where it's really important is to consider the individual, but also the individual and their community.
This afternoon, it's one of the guys' birthdays, so they enjoy Skittles, so we're going to be going down the Rhubarb pub.
Oh, right. This board's all about a group of people within Barton Hill area who's come together to try and make a community spirit with one another.
A lot of people do come here isolated, and friendships is something that's really difficult to actually get across.
If someone got a problem, there's also someone within the group who knows what to do or who to talk to. I've had a marriage breakdown, a mental breakdown and so forth, and through the group they've gone through the same thing.
The men here help each other. If someone's got a problem, someone's got a solution to it. This group found me a flat. That is a hard thing to do.
It's a holistic service. We take into account the person as a whole, their mind, body, spirit. They're not told what to do. They're encouraged to find their own way.
I'm doing something called Stars and Stripes. It's going to be an American flag. I'm just working on the designs for the stripes. I just started with crochet, but now I'm moving on to knitting.
It's a different story for everybody, and it's a different way that I work with everybody depending on their need. Because often people know, they know what they need. You know, I would say to them, what do you think you need in order to feel better, and how can I support you to do that?
We try to build a basic structure to their life so they can get up and they think, right, today I've got this to do.
39 years I was on heroin, and I just blocked things out with it.
When people do come here and they want the help, those people do change their lives around.
It's down to David and this men's group that I've got a reason to go out in the morning. Now I actually look forward to the week ahead. I've got a calendar with what I'm going to do on it. I've got a structure in my life which I never had before. I'm doing things at last instead of just sitting indoors waiting to die.
It's changed my life completely. Just actually getting out there and meeting new people. I don't feel suicidal anymore, and you don't feel so anxious. I have actually just applied for a job. I feel now I'm virtually there.
It works because it does look at the actual reasons why people have become depressed or anxious, and looks at helping them to solve those problems rather than just helping them to cope with them and stay in the situation which they're in.
It's about finding the spark in the person that they may have had years ago as a child and then running with that again.
Yes. Looking quite cool, if I say so myself.
It's actually made me feel more positive about myself and other people, and it's given me the drive just to actually feel like I can do these things, and it isn't a case of I might be able to. I feel as if I can actually sort of do things.